What's up, you guys? I'm here in their video, and I'm here to give you guys next episode of the good, the bad, and the Yugioh. And I'm sorry, you guys, but it's gonna be on Pay or PP or Animal Circus. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. The Pendulum deck that is still, for whatever reason, one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And until they decided they're not going to let pendulums be a thing anymore, it's still going to be one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not going to bullshit this episode. I'm not going to keep this episode long because let's face it, there's not a lot of shit I need to say because of how, the way pendulums are, the way the deck functions. You guys have seen it so many times, just like with every other deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! When it performs really well, that there's not a lot of stuff I need to say. So we're going to get right into it. What's so good about this deck? Let's face it, it's the pendulum mechanic. The fact that you can summon so many monsters in one turn, and the fact that these monsters really do a lot of crazy things, whether you like it or not. These cards do everything. Monkey Board is insane. I mean, Monkey Board and the Guitar Turtle are insane. Lizard Draw, you got your draw engine. Now that Archfina Centric, being the high scale, has entered the fray, can out so many problematic cards that this deck has to deal with. The fact that Ariane basically just searches your counter traps and just tell you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh against me. The fact that you have a Stratos, even though it's at 1, you still have it. It's searchable. It's, you get it. The fact that you have the wizard that does pretty much everything, and the fact that you have the Draco Slayers with cards like Draco Face Off to just make just to make your plays just absurd. I played against the Pendulum deck many times now, so now I'm very familiar with how the deck works. And I mean, I can't say I've already made it clear I don't care for pendulums, but kudos to the deck because the deck is good. I'm not gonna bullshit and say, oh, this deck's horrible because it's not. It is a very good deck. It's very powerful. It's very explosive. It went 9-0 at our regionals. 9-0. The guy smacked everybody with the deck because the deck is just that good. So I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. What's bad about this deck? Well, what's bad about every deck in Yu-Gi-Oh? When it draws an unplayable hand, yada yada yada. I guess the bad thing about a pendulum deck is not being able to complete your scale, but I think that that's bullshit. You have plenty of scales, and I guess you're always fetching for the high scale. Since Archfina Centric's a high scale, it helps a lot. But like a lot of this stuff is like low scales if you look at it. Like there's a high scale, low scale. I mean, Ariane's low scale. Like a lot of these guys are low scales. But you have so many resources in the deck. You have Draco Face Off. You have Painful Decision. Shout out to Denny. I told Denny, I was like, Denny, this was awesome. You made this card go up, and it helped me sell mine. So yeah. So the Painful Decisions. I mean, don't even get me started on wavering eyes. I don't even want to. You have, if you decide to play the, oh wow, it's called an unexpected guy. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even notice that. Do you guys notice that? Look at that. That is freaking awesome right there. It's called an unexpected guy, even though it's supposed to be called unexpected die. That's still funny. Anyways, you have so many ways to get to your monsters that even the things that can make the deck bad, you have a way to get around that. What's so Yu-Gi-Oh about this deck? Do I really need to say it? Like, I mean, I'm gonna say it, but like, do I really need to say it? You guys are probably watching, like, just say it, Slim. The pendulum mechanic is fucking busted. It really is. I got friends that hate pendulums like more than I do. It's not even so much that I hate the deck. I played against it now, and I don't so much hate it as in I think, damn, I kind of wish my deck could summon 5 monsters at once. But let's be honest. The mechanic is pretty damn good. Summon 5 monsters at once, access your extra deck. You guys don't die. If it doesn't work one turn, you do it the next turn. I mean, you have Wavering Eyes that just says, well, if I resolve this, I win. Just stuff like that. I mean, like I said, I didn't need to bullshit this episode. It's pretty simple. You guys wanted me to cover it. What do I honestly think about pendulums? I think that the mechanic is pretty damn ridiculous. Do I think that it should be changed? I mean, no. I'm not gonna. I don't work for Konami. I don't tell them how to make their mechanics and whatnot. But I mean, damn, like they really went overboard with pendulums. And yeah, I mean, the decks. There's so many other pendulum decks. So I hope that with the progression of pendulums, other decks get to see the light of day. Decks like Dynamis, decks that actually play other pendulum scales and don't play all these weird guys. I mean, I call this the fucking circus because you've got like a bunch of just random shit. You got monkeys, you got a freaking guitar, you've got lizards, you got a freaking top-hatted magician. I mean, Ariane, I mean, whatever. You have a freaking, like, Joker. I mean, like, it's pretty dope. And you got a fucking wolf. Wolfie's pretty dope. So, you know, this deck, I mean, I don't hate it. I'll never play it. You guys will never see me playing this deck. I'll play against it. I'll do my best to beat it. At the regionals, I beat both the Pendulum decks I played against because Monarchs just have a naturally good matchup. But I feel that the deck is very solid, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that it's not. I'm not going to take side and say it's the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, maybe it is, but I feel that the deck is just very strong and it gets the job done. It helps you win Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, that's just, that's the sad reality. And, the fact that it's playing traps like this, I mean, God, like Scalding, Strike, Warning, like, man, you really don't get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And the fact that they're searchable, I mean, is pretty damn busted. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about you guys. Comment below with the next episode you guys would like to see. Give it a thumbs up. The more likes, the better. Let me know what you really think of pendulums. Besides the obvious fuck pendulums, they're bullshit. What other pendulum decks would you like to see that could come into Yu-Gi-Oh! That aren't this deck? That's the question I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.